I know, I'm sorry I made you listen to this album. I know you don't like it. And that's a cameo from my cat. Hello, and welcome back, everyone, for another review. Today I'll be reviewing the fifth studio album by pop rock band LANY. This album is titled A Beautiful Blur, though formerly it was called I Really, Really Hope So. This is an album that had many album cover changes and as well as title changes and just a string of very confusing singles. I've actually been listening to LANY since 2018 when I first heard the song Taking Me Back in an FYE one time, and I really dug the song. I didn't really check out one of their albums until 2020 when I heard Mama's Boy, which I thought was a pretty interesting record. It was such a complex mix and very enthralling mix of dream pop and alternative country with some other elements of pop rock and ethereal wave electronics mixed in. And I've really grown to love that album in recent years as I own it on vinyl. But I was very off put by the singles that dropped for this album, A Beautiful Blur, as they felt like they were very awkward and were missing the personality that made LANY's previous work so good. Obviously, this album is different because LANY are now a duo. Their guitarist Les Priest left the band on good terms. It's a shame because I really loved what he brought to the table with his performances and production. And dear God, do you really feel his absence on a lot of these, on some of these songs? A few of these songs feel so vapid and uninteresting, like the band is just twiddling their thumbs, waiting for something to happen. Paul and Jake, the remaining members, are both very talented, but they're so held back. It's interesting because this album was actually produced by Mike Crossey, someone who's produced a lot of records that I just love, like the 1975 self-titled debut and My Love Is Cool by Wolf Alice. There are some songs where I feel the production helps the flow, but a lot of the time it's very held back. It's like this album is like a 30-second teaser trailer, like, oh hey, here's some cool ideas that were thrown, but also there's the filler, which is all the ads at the end of, one of those trailers on YouTube. I'll start off with some positives. The more experimental this album gets, the better it is. I really do like the transitional tracks in the middle, Heartbreak Can Wait and Saturday Night, 3:22 a.m., the latter of which has a very cool sputtering electronic beat and instrumental that I definitely enjoy. And I've warmed up to Love at First Fight after cringing at the title and being underwhelmed by the song overall. It has a fun bounce to it, even if the lyrics are more stale than the piece of bread that's been laying out for 3 days. I also highly recommend the lead single Congrats, which is very different from the band. It's a lot more aggressive, which is shocking, seeing as how low-key this band can be. And I just love the fuck you attitude this track has. The chorus is so fun to just sing along to. While this album has its fun moments, unfortunately, it also has the songs that just don't scratch that itch for me and leave me feeling disappointed by the whole record. The first of which is Out of My League. This song has a very forgettable instrumental, and Paul Klein, the lead singer of this band, ends each line with this annoying falsetto on the word league. He sings the like, she's out of my league, or believe. It's just very off-putting and annoying. Also off-putting is how similar I Pray is to the band's previous songs on albums like Malibu Nights and especially Mama's Boy. It's okay to have an aesthetic and style, but the song is lackluster to the nth degree, and it feels like a forgotten B-side more than an essential track on the album. The last two songs I'm going to pick on before I go back to the positives. First up is Home Is Where the Hurt Is. This is a song that feels like it was written for a teen breakup movie, as it has these lyrics that are just straight up cringe. For example, We live in a different street. We live on different streets, but we share the same pain. Her stepdad doesn't even know her middle name. Wow, much relatable. The quirk and cheesiness of this song isn't as much pretentious as it is misguided. LANY have always worn their heart on their sleeve, but it's led to some of their best songs. But good God, this song is so sugary sweet, it should be played at the Candy Barrel and Flapjack by Peppermint Larry. And I'm sorry, I really can't get into Cuz You Have To either. With its by the books lyrics and mundane production, this is a song that I feel like should have been cut. It kind of really hampers the flow of this album, and it really throws off the last quarter, seeing as how amazing the final two songs are. Ah, yes, the two closing tracks, really the gold mine of this record. Both of these songs are fantastic in my opinion. Alonica might be the most beautiful LANY song ever. I love the stripped back, kind of airy production, the breezy, dreamy guitars, and the lyrics about searching for a moment in time with someone that it's easy to forget. But also special that it's hard to go back to your normal life after it's over. And the IDM influence No might be one of the band's best tracks. The spliced vocals mixed with the electronics and skittering beat give this track a pop and groove. Honestly, I haven't heard this band give on any of their songs, maybe except since Malibu Nights. This song also feels kind of like Notes era 1975, so if you're into that era of the 1975, you might really dig this track. Also coming highly recommended from me is Sugar and Cinnamon, near the beginning of this record. This is an entrancing and enthralling cut, which probably contains Paul's best vocal performance on this record. And It Never Rains in LA is one that I feel in the right mood can be a fun jam, but not one that I could repeat, as I feel it really lacks the ethereal vibe to be the ethereal vibe of a lot of their top tier cuts. I'm also conflicted on Double XL. Sometimes I love the song, I enjoy it, but other times I just don't. I feel it's kind of in the middle for me. I definitely like the more rock direction, but the lyrics, again, just feel weird and distracting. This is an album that feels, as previously stated, transitional. This is a new era, and I'm all for what the band is going to do next, and I respect for what they tried to do on this record. I expected to hate this album more than I'm just slightly underwhelmed by it, as the singles were very, very misleading. I definitely think that there are some standout tracks here. It's not a good album, or it's an okay record, but there are some good songs you should not skip. A disappointment, yes, but not one that makes me lose all faith in the band. I'm giving A Beautiful Blur by LANY a 3 out of 5. That's all just my opinion. Let me know what you guys thought of this record in the comments below. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What would you like me to review next? And I'll see you later for more reviews. Have a good day. Bye.